writers, you have been writing a narrative story. Who can tell me what a narrative story is? Emily, what is a narrative story?
Where you pick out seeds and then you make it into a big old story.
A big old, okay, so you pick your seed, and you make a story. Who's the story about in a narrative story? Jonathan?
Yourself, people, teachers.
Okay,
principals.
so it's about yourself, right? And it's about a problem that you have had. And you write about the problem, and then you find the solution, and you tell a story about it. All right? I've looked at your writing, and I've looked at your first narrative, and you guys did a great job. But I see one part that we need to work on, and we need to work on paragraphs, when we make a paragraph, okay? Tell me what you know about what a paragraph is. What's a paragraph?
It's where
Listen.
you indent.
Okay, so you indent. What does it mean to indent? What does it mean to indent?
Indent
Aaron?
means...
Okay, you want to get someone to help you?
yes.
To indent. Emily, what do you think it means?
When you indent, you put a finger to start the new paragraph.
Okay, you put a finger down to start the new paragraph. You just leave a little space, and then you start writing.
You put your pinky down. No, you put your pinky.
Your pinky, just a small space, and then you're going to start writing. All right, well, how do we know when to start a new paragraph? How do we know that? How do we know? When do we start a new paragraph, Ruben?
When you think you're when it comes to the end of your thought.
Oh, so when you have a new thought, okay, so when you have a new thought, you're going to start a new paragraph. So we're going to say, you're going to start a new paragraph when you have a new thought, okay? Can you give us an example of that, Ruben? Give us an example of that. What is your second narrative about?
Football.
Football, okay? So you started it, how did you start it? Did you start with conversation? Did you start with a word? How did you start? What was your lead?
With the onomatopoeia.
He started with an put that in your lap, please. He started with an onomatopoeia. I always have trouble saying that word. Okay, what did you start with? What was it?
It was...
It was a scream, like, ah! Okay? And then what did you say?
I said... My dad said, "Get him, Tiger, get him!"
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And then you had, after that, did you start a new thought, or did you keep talking about what your dad was saying?
A new thought.
A new thought. So you started another paragraph. Okay. So when you have a new thought, you'll start another paragraph. All right? What else do you think we should start a new paragraph? Lisa, do you know? Okay, I'm going to help you out a little bit. When a new character comes along, you could start a new paragraph. So if you have a new character, you could start a new paragraph with a new character. Okay, so if a new character comes into your story, that would be a good time to start another paragraph. All right? When else would be a good time, Jonathan?
When you start your first sentence like a capital.
Okay, we do need to start our sentences with capital letters, and we always use the pronoun I.
Yeah.
And you're going to have a lot of I's in this because you're writing the personal narrative about yourself. So be sure you start that with a capital letter.
Yeah.
Here's another time that you would start another paragraph. If you would change to a new setting. So if you start out and you're at the football game, and you tell about the football game, and then the next place you're at a restaurant eating after the football game, you would start a new paragraph about the restaurant or the new setting. So anytime you have a new setting, you could start a new paragraph.
I do that all the time.
A new setting. Okay? What else? Anybody know? Bianca, you have an idea? Yes.
Like any time that you remembered something.
Oh, good. Good. A time that you remembered something, or a time that you show movement in time. Like if you go back in time. Okay, yeah, or turning event.
Turning event.
A turning event. Or a time that you go back in time or you move forward in time. Anytime you're changing your times, you're going to start a new paragraph. So if time moves forward or if time moves backward, you're going to start a new paragraph.
I had another one.
Okay, let me write this one down and then we'll get it.
New paragraph?
So if the time changes, you go forward in time or you go backwards in time. Okay? What was yours, Jonathan?
I was thinking about a new problem or something.
Okay. If there's a new problem in the story. A new problem or a new event? A new problem or a new event?
You put new problem/event.
Okay, that would be good. A new problem. Okay. All right, we're going to stop with that. Now, these are all just suggestions of when you would start a new paragraph, but there's really no big rule of when a new paragraph starts. Okay? So here's what I want you to do today. Do you remember last time we got a different colored marker and we looked at we were revising, we looked at our rough draft and we outlined our paragraphs with a colored marker. I want you to do the same thing, but this time, as you're looking through your rough draft and you're thinking what would make the good first paragraph and a second paragraph, I want you to look at these things that we've written up here to help you decide what makes a good paragraph. Yes, ma'am?
What if you've already got your paragraphs?
If you've already got your paragraphs, good question. I want you to read through them again and just ask yourself, is this paragraph a new thought? Does this have a new character, a new setting? Does the time change, or is it a new problem or event? And if you think there's something else to go up here, you can tell me and we'll put it up here. Yes, Emily?
What happens if you're not done writing it?
Okay, if you're not